Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel for another video, and in today's video I'm going to be speaking about our newly signed Dion in closer detail, and by the end you will know the answer to my question in the title of this video: will he reignite his form and help us to automatic promotion? Before I do start, make sure you do drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let me know your thoughts down below about this signing. Do you think he can reignite his career at the club? I would love to hear your comments I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. So yeah, look, let's just recap then. Obviously, Dion Charles did sign for us yesterday. It was confirmed for a fee to be around £750,000 from Bolton Wanderers, our fellow League One rivals. Well, I say rivals, you know, they're having a poor season themselves, but they're a fellow League One side. And I'm going to speak about various parts of his game and what he can offer us throughout this video. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. But for me, I've been a big admirer of Charles for a while. And he's shown when he's on top form. He's shown the qualities that he has, what he can do, and the quality that he brings to the teams that he plays for. So obviously he's 29 years of age, same height as Joe Taylor at 5'10". He has a lot of experience at this level, shown quality at this level too, which we'll get into in a moment. Will wear the number 15 shirt for us. And yeah, obviously for the past 2 seasons, he has scored 20 goals or over. In the 22-23 season, he scored 21 goals. In the 23-24 season, he scored 20 goals. Overall, he has scored 57 goals in 149 appearances for Bolton, which, if you ask me, isn't that bad. His first season with the club, it wasn't the best, but obviously he was adjusting. And then obviously this season, he hasn't really pulled up the numbers that he has previously done in the past 2 seasons either. So yeah, but look, still a good goal tally, absolutely. And as I said, this season has been a bit of a struggle with his, with his form massively dipping. However, whilst that is a little bit of a worry, I'm not that worried, if that makes sense. Because the way I see it is that he has shown quality at this level and can score plenty of goals. He's shown that. But sometimes, players do just need that fresh start to reignite their career. And I think, after being in and out of the side like he has this season, I suppose that is a bit of a confidence. He's lost a lot of confidence, because clear to see that Everett has kind of lost faith in him a little bit. And obviously, if you're being in that team and you're actually, you've dropped down the pecking order, I think it does kind of make you feel bad about the situation. And obviously, as a player, I'm presuming, if you just put him in his shoes, if he's kind of scored the amount of goals that he's scored past few seasons, and then he's kind of become the understudy to the starting strikers that start at Bolton now, I do think it is a bit demoralising. But for me, like I said, I feel like we are the perfect fit for him. And I'm not just saying that, guys, but I really do think so. To really get him back firing and on top form this season. Because we have a manager in Dove who has helped so many of our players to improve this season since he's come in the door. And I think there's no doubt in my mind, and I have every belief that he can do that with Charles as well. Because I think Charles may just need an arm around him, a coach that believes in him fully. And of course, the fact that we've gone out and signed him, Duff's comments that he came out with when he signed, he has full confidence and belief in him, and that will only help his game. I think Ever at Bolton, clearly, certainly in the past year, and you can say what you like about his performances. Probably his performances has been very poor. But when you're in and out of the side, you're not really feeling the confidence that the manager has in you anymore. It does kind of impact your things, and I'm not making excuses for Charles, because I think Charles will admit himself that he hasn't been playing well recently, and he needs to get back to how he knows he can play. But yeah, look, Duff has helped our squad already since coming in. Numerous players have really gained a lot since he's come in. So in various, not just performance, but the mentality, as we've seen, the mentality of some of these players before he came in were very poor, but things have slowly turned, and we are looking, a lot better in every aspect thanks to Duff. Now, if you look at his career today, obviously he started his career at Blackpool in 2014 before moving to AFC Fylde. In 2016, he joined League One Fleetwood Town, followed by a short spell at Southport. He later signed for Accrington Stanley in 2019 and stayed there for 3 years. In that time, in the 21-21 season, he was one of the top scorers in the league with 19 goals, before moving to Bolton, where he produced the numbers that I've already just mentioned earlier in the video that are really impressive. Let's not hide the fact that they are impressive, the numbers. To get over 20 goals, 20 goals or over for the past, 2 out of the 3 seasons, I think that is just brilliant. And that's nothing to be undermined. You can't undermine the fact that's what's happened. Now, if we look at the type of goals that he scores and his qualities that it will bring to this side, let's go into a few things here then. So obviously I've had a look at a few of his highlights. Of course, always the best highlights, I get that, but these are the highlights where he has shown what he can do fully, and he's done it on a consistent basis. He's not just done it every now and then. He's been consistent to get the numbers that he has in the past couple of seasons. So, but look, obviously something that kind of brought me to my attention is obviously that he's got a really strong right foot. His touch as well is very good. Good control of the ball. He's capable of scoring all types of goals, from striking the ball from just outside the penalty area. Got a lot of power on his strikes as well. Makes plenty of runs in behind, and his power and speed, gives him that upper hand on his opponents in that foot race when you're going up against a defender. He always has that extra pace and power and speed. And I think with anyone, we wanted somebody that is calm and composed in front of the goal, that is clinical, and he has shown that on so many occasions as well. And you can see that with the type of goals he scores. He's under pressure in quite a lot of his goals that he's scored over the years, but he's actually showed that he's cool under pressure and he can handle that. Alert to mistakes, again, another key one, isn't it? I think it's just a kind of basic one that isn't really. As a player, you need to be alert to mistakes wherever you're playing on the field. Strike from inside the penalty area as well. Good accuracy right in the corners. A few goals. A lot of goals right in the corners. Power, as I said, power in his strikes. Right place, right time. Finding space inside that penalty area for those kind of tapping goals as well. That that you do, of course, take. They're just as good as the ones that you score from further out, because they are kind of a chances that people think, yeah, you're going to score, but then sometimes if you time it slightly wrong, if you get it wrong in any way, you're gonna end up embarrassing yourself a little bit with those chances if you miss them. Also, I think, like I said, as strikers, the very best strikers are always in the right place at the right time, or the very good strikers, as well, are in the right place at the right time. And finding space inside that penalty area is really key, isn't it? Being in that right place at the right time. Drives at opponents as well. I've noted a few of the highlights I've seen. He does drive at his opponents a lot. He's got a lot of speed. I've already mentioned that. He's not afraid to take on his man, driving at the opposition. But then also he has that finishing touch. He created a chance for himself. One of the goals that I saw, and then he ended up. Obviously then he finished the chance off with the goal. So look, invention of strikes. Very, there's a variation of kind of goals he scored. Got a good eye for a pass as well. I think one of the highlights it showed when he was on the international stage for Northern Ireland, and he really, played a really fantastic pass through to his fellow striker. So yeah, he's got a good eye for a pass. He's not that selfish type of player. Of course, I think every striker's selfish, but I mean, like, if another option is better for him to pass it through and he's not in a position that he thinks he can score, he will do what's best for the team. One-on-one with a keeper, like I said, I've kind of already said that, but he does show his calmness and composure to put the ball in the back of the net, no matter what situation. A bit like, I'm kind of repeating a lot of what I saw in Joe Taylor, when I did my video about Joe Taylor and the closer look at him. They're very similar. Just obviously, Charles has got that more experience, being the older player. And like I said, when the keeper as well, maybe comes out and puts pressure on him, he's shown that he's able to think quickly and get the ball in the back of the net any way possible. Whether that be a dink over the keeper or a chip over him, whatever. Decision making really spot on. And what I really like about Charles as well is the fact that he is very strong. He's a very strong lad. You can tell that, he's physically puts himself about. And like I said, he has got so many impressive qualities that if he's firing, he will produce for you. And that is not just, he's backed that up as well by what he's done in the past few seasons as well. If he's on top form, he's terrifying for defenders to come up against because of how good he actually is. So look, yeah, just to summarise, a very clinical striker in front of goal that we've been crying out for, and all the qualities are already explained. I think we are getting a very, very good player here who will bring something new and fresh, but most importantly, has that goal scoring record that if we can really help him, get back up to how he was performing before, he's going to score goals for us. And I think, like I said earlier, I think Duff will, when he's on that training ground with Charles, he'll really help him, make him believe a little bit more, because I feel like he needs a little bit of a boost, Charles, because like I say, his confidence is probably pretty low at the moment, with how things have panned out this season for him so far. So yeah, I think he just needs the arm round his shoulder and somebody that'll believe in him. And Duff has shown that he can bring out the best in his players. So I believe that's what he will do. So look, if you don't already know, the answer to the question in the title is: do I think he can reignite his career and score the goals that we need him to get us into the automatic promotion places alongside likes of Taylor and Marshall? I absolutely do. I think there's no doubt in my mind that he will be a success here. I think we will see him flourish in our side. Like I said, I think he's a good fit. I think he can, and like I said, I think there's no doubt in my mind that he can help us get to those automatic promotion places, which is what we have shown in this window already. We are very serious. I said at the start of the window, how serious are we to go for those automatic promotion places? Well, you know what? The club have answered that. Nagel has answered that. We are very serious. And I think there's a lot of belief and confidence now. The fact that we have addressed the striker situation. We've got 2 quality strikers in the door now. For me, we've got 3 quality strikers in the building. with Marshall. Koroma can play up front as well if and when he need, so it's kind of 4 strikers that can do a job for you there. So look, I'm really happy. I'm really happy to see Dion Charles at the club. Like I said, I have been a big admirer of him. I really like his game. Well, who doesn't like a striker that scores goals, let's be honest. But I just think his overall package that he brings to the table when he is really firing, he's just a kind of player that you want in your side. You don't want to be up against him. You want him to be in your side. So look, I'm excited to see what happens over the next few weeks. Make no question about that, in terms of those combinations that are developed with, likes of Taylor and Charles, and Marshall and Charles, or Marshall and Taylor. There'll be different combinations that we may see throughout games. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. This has been a brilliant video, and hopefully you have enjoyed it. Make sure you do drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and let me know your thoughts down below on what you make of Dion Charles signing for the club, and do you think he can help us get to those automatic promotion places and reignite his career again? Because I think a fresh start can help a lot of players, and I do believe that this is a perfect fit for both him and for us as a club. So guys, thanks for watching, and we'll be back, and I'll see you on the next one. And as always, up the town, and as I said before, welcome to the club, Dion Charles, the second striker through the door, 3rd signing of the window. Take care everybody, and I'll see you all very, very soon.